We're on to Jaya now. Jaya, come on down. Tell me about Ben.
So, should I get a solicitor, or shall we try and talk it out with him?
Get
I think we should get a solicitor. I know the perfect firm. I'll do it all, don't worry about it. And that's why we've got insurance for these kinds of things anyway. But the cheek of it.
Who had a session on Valentine's Day?
On Valentine's Day, Dr. Dekker had a session with Claire Castleford at 11, and that nurse, Elin, at 3. Everyone else cancelled. You should see this place Christmas Eve. I was at home, though, so I don't actually know who came in. Dr. Dekker did phone and ask me for Nathan's number, which is a bit strange.
How are you?
Thanks for helping me with this grief
Hey,
thing.
hi
I'm
girl.
not sure I
How you
have
doing?
it, though.
How you doing? I got distracted there. Shall we talk about grief? Yeah.
I don't really know where to start. I feel a bit numb. Maybe we should just talk about
Yeah, I'm
him.
doing alright. Yeah, so just to do a quick stream before 8 o'clock, then go to the chippy. What was Dekker?
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
Alright, tell me about Nathan.
Oh, I just want to cuddle Nathan all up. He's such a mess. He's always in the same clothes. He barely talks to me, though. It's the same hello every time. He reminds me of Tom.
What, Tom Stockdale? Tell me about Claire.
Claire seems to be shaken by something. I offer her drinks every time she comes in, but she always refuses them. It's as if she just wants to come in, get her session over with, and then run off to do something else. It's a bit rude, isn't it?
Why'd she
We'd work late together on all sorts of things. He was preoccupied with finding patterns in patients, trying to find some kind of order.
Order. Oh, no. Tell me about Tom.
Tom was a quiet mess, like Nathan. Youngish, in his early 20s. He taught piano, but he did have a strange hobby.
Tell me about Elin.
Elin seems like a lovely person. I'm not really sure why she's here.
Elin. Tell me about Bryce.
I think Bryce has a lot of misdirected anger. I don't think I like him that much. Sometimes when things overrun, he's outside waiting for you, and he stares at me as if he's undressing me with his eyes. He's not the first person.
Apparently, he has that power, love.
Still, it feels worse coming from him.
What was Tom's hobby?
Tom liked to base jump. That's basically falling from a huge building or mountain and pulling your parachute before you hit the ground. He started to think he could fly. Dr. Dekker tried to talk him out of it, but Tom had to prove his point. So one day, Tom decided to base jump without a parachute. Can you guess what happened?
He survived? Tell me about
Marianna is a special girl. There's something about her that just makes you want to follow her. Maybe that's what a trendsetter looks like.
And she'd spare. Did Tom die?
He did die. He was hit by a rock from further up the mountain. He never got to fly. Nathan thinks he knows what his problem is too, but if he's not careful, he'll get hit by that rock. I wish I'd said goodbye.
What patterns was Dr. Dekker trying to spot?
Mainly he was searching for a common experience the patients might have had. That's what led them to his office. He'd study everything, even the referral letters.
Is this someone you want to say goodbye to?
I liked Tom. I never got to say goodbye. I did with Dr. Dekker, though, so I suppose that's some closure.
Referral letters?
Yes. Letters, parking tickets, holiday destinations. You know, I find those referral letters... He was sure there was a pattern in them.
How did you say goodbye to Dekker?
Dr. Dekker tried to fire me, not long before his murder, so we got to say what we wanted to say then. And I've got the termination letter somewhere. It's not going to stick, obviously. Professor Alderby and the Trust will overrule it, but it's nice to know what he felt about me.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. So why is that one not like that? Why is it... Oh, okay. Okay, now we need to press the square button. Jeez. Uh-huh.
Professor Alderby is a trustee. Did I not mention that? So you watched the tapes. Ah, gold star for you.
What happened to Dr. Dekker's glass?
It smashed.
What can you tell Dr. Dekker's patient?
Most of the patients are suspects, according to the police. Almost all the patients are referred, and some of them are privates, but Dr. Dekker didn't introduce any of them. She was cuddling him like he was 6. He's 25.
Alright, okay, we've got some questions here. A lot of questions. Can you Elin's alibi with the taxi company with the taxi company.
One step ahead of you, boss. Elin was picked up from the pier just after 11 p.m. There is no way she could have got from there to here in an hour.
Won't you be breaching patient, oh god, confidentiality? CONFIDENT, confidentiality. if I ask you about the piece.
Oh, don't be such a... It's just between us two.
What do you think about CHAOS?
Nobody likes chaos, Doctor. We're supposed to be restoring order, don't you think?
Isn't I spell Professor? P-R... Oh, that's not bloody... E? Isn't Professor Alderby a patient? D-E-R.
I think I'm going to get into trouble now. Have you ever heard of secret shoppers? Well, Professor Alderby posed as a patient to test Dr. Dekker. It's just a thing that he does. I'm sure he'll come and visit you at some stage, so please play along.
Do you believe what Professor Alderby said about gods?
Everyone has to believe in something, don't they, Doctor?
Oh God, I've done it again. Why would oh you twat. Why would you think you'll get into
This practice is owned by a trust. They make all the money and leave me to make all the decisions, which generally means making lots of money. I headhunted Dr. Dekker. And you?
Oh, thank you. Why would you oh huh? Wait a minute, Dodge? Professor Alderby need to
Test is the wrong word, more like gently guide. Professor Alderby had a lot of good advice to offer the young psychiatrists. He really helps them focus on where the problems are.
What do you mean by head?
I've recruited the last 5 doctors since I've been here. Now I've got a flair for recognising the extraordinary. Both you and Dr. Dekker were extraordinary. How were Dr. Dekker and I extraordinary? XTR. Both Cambridge graduates, both top of the class, both pliable, obedient slaves to my every whim. Yeah, that last one's more of a hope than a must-have attribute.
Hey, Jaya is now green. And on that note, this is FaceForRadio.